Everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sunil and today we will learn how to improve network performance. For more such videos, please subscribe my channel and for any queries, write in the comment box. In our previous video, we have already understood or we have gone through how to understand or what is network performance. And so overall, let's take an example. For any client, what is known as network performance? So client creates requests and send to the server via internet. Server process the information, send back to the client via internet. So here creation of request, then internet for sending, then backend execution time, then receiving via internet. All those will take time. So there are we can say three major aspects. One is for any time taken. One is the creation of request time, that is by client, then the network's speed, and then the backend execution time. So these three cases we can say the network performance matters. So whenever we have the matrix, that means we need to resolve in all these three areas. That's why several times you will find that backend system tells that for them the execution time is 100 milliseconds, but for client side in dashboard you will find it's 500, 600 or 600 milliseconds. It's due to the additional time for internet. And also there is chances that the network time will increase due to payload. And also we have learned the what are different metrics that or what are different questions on which we need to resolve by network performance optimization. How long an API takes to respond, and what is the success ratio of any network call? What is the network or device details of any user for an API? Now we need to resolve all these criteria to improve the network performance. But before that, let's set up and see the performance metrics in the dashboard. Which dashboard? That is Firebase performance metric dashboard. Let's see how to analyze the network performance in Firebase. So I have set up the Firebase performance metrics in my current project. So to understand how to set up, you can refer my previous video. And here you can see that I have already mentioned that Firebase POF implementation. That means it is already set up. And I have created a sample project where I am downloading image from Cloudinary. This is the Cloudinary path from where I am downloading the image using Glide and showing it to the or displaying it in the image view. And until the image gets downloaded, you can see a blank screen in the image section here. And now image have already got downloaded and it is displayed to the user. Now let's see, can you say how long it took to get the image? So those things we can get from Firebase metrics. So let's go to this Firebase section. This is the Firebase console we have. Go to this performance section. Here first scroll down, go to this network requests. This will give you network performance for all the APIs. And by default you will find there is no filters. Let's say you have hundreds of filters. You can filter your network or APIs based on the URL or domain name. Now in our example we have only one network call and so if you see here, we are making the call to the res.cloud9.com. So this is the path. Here the header, this one tells the path that res.cloud9.com. and also it tells samples is 16 samples. That means samples means how many requests. And this one response time section tells 1.56 second it took to download. And also it told that success rate is 50%. And there is also filter that you can filter for custom dates, last 24 hours or 7 days, 90 days, you can get all those metrics. And here you can see change minus 50. This change tells the difference of success rate, and this change tells difference in response time. Now if you click on this title, then you will get the more detailed metrics. Now you can see here the overall success rate is 81.25%. And that means there is still close to 19% it's failure. Then what is the failure codes? Generally for success we get HTTP status code as 200. Then can we get the details of the error? Yes, we can get. Click view more. You'll get that error code, 4xs 5xs error codes. 404, this is the error code, HTTP error code. That means whenever there is failure we are getting this error code. And if we are getting multiple error code for your API, those things will be listed here. And what else it tells? What is the application version? This is the app version, my current app version 1.0. Which country the user belongs to? I am in India and using in India. What is the OS API level? Means what is your users Android SDK version? Some users are in 29, some are using SDK 30. Also what is the device model? Those details you will get here. And if we ask that what is the network of the user, network type, 4G LTE or Wi-Fi, those things you can get here. What is the operator? Means your user belongs to which operator, whether they are using Bharti Airtel or whether they are using Reliance Jio or any other. So those details you will get here. And also additional information like MIME type. MIME type is image, that image slash PNG. So we can get all those details here. Also we can add more filters to go to any specific type of problem or performance. We can get the details related to versions as well. So all those things we can get it here. And let's see what else it tells in this section. Here you can select any metrics and we can say monitor the metrics upfront here only, like when we want to see a graph like that. And yeah, if we see the payload is 472.8 KB. That is response payload. Request payload, there is no data because we are just making a get API call, nothing else. But if you are making a post API call, then and putting some additional information, then those things we can get it here. Response time we told that 1.82 second. Is in that we are capturing the network performance. That means now we have enough information or enough metrics to compare with. So what's next? Next is we need to improve them. Means we need to improve the success ratio, we need to improve the time, everything. And so first let's think that how to improve the success ratio. In our case, we found that success is 81%, which is quite low. And also we are getting the error codes. That means that HTTP error codes. So it tells the also what may be different reasons for any failure. There can be that front end is making a call to an unavailable server or URL. That can cause error. Also, maybe there is some logical problem inside server to process any request, or it can be front end is sending some invalid information to the server which server is unable to process. So what is the solution? The solution can be, we need to make change or logical change in backend or front end. Means the code change is required in backend or front end or both. Similarly, also another thing, let's say we got the 404 case after getting hit for more customers. In that case, there are chances that our infrastructure is not ready. So improvement required on infrastructure. Now, how can we improve the API response time? Success rate, how to improve, we have already learned. Then how to improve the API response time. Now let's see what are the information we have from that dashboard. We know what is the network type or speed of customer. We know the device types of customer. Also, we know request and response payload. Now, first, it can be the how to optimize the backend execution time. There may chance the backend execution is taking time. How to improve them? So one is that split the request or response. We can say that it's like separation of concerns. This can improve the response time from backend side. Also, using cache mechanism can improve the response time. Let's understand the splitting approach or SOP. Let's say we're making a call to fetch all the details in home screen, and that home API is internally making a call to 10 different services or trying to fetch information from 10 different services, and due to which that execution time is more. Try to split them. The solution is try to split them. That means we can say that instead of making one API call to fetch all these 10 information, let's client make 10 API calls based on the need. Or we can say let's build like a microservice. Now, how to optimize the payload? We have already seen that for our case it's 470 or 480 KB. So response payload or request payload, that can impact the network delay. Now let's learn how to reduce the size or payload size. So what are the solutions? One is use separate resources for different devices, like for lower end device, higher end device, or lower end network or higher end network. Generally, it's better to have at least two sets of resource. One is to work in lower cases or lower resolution cases, and another to be higher resolution cases. Generally, the lower resources are smaller width or smaller size. So similarly, we need to plan for alternate resource always, and also use chunk by chunk approach or multi-part to send response instead of sending it at one shot. Yep. We have already learned that how to improvise the network response. So there are a lot more ways. Thank you.